do that. Okay, are you there? Hold on. Oh, wow. Let me change this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm recording. Okay, so I'm hanging up on you because I think I'm in. I don't know why you're not in, but
It just popped up, please enter your name. So I think once I do that, it'll boom, boom.
Ooh, we love learning curves, don't we?
I know, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna hang up now.
Okay.
All right. Do, 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 do. Okay, it's Gertrude. Now you can't hear me. Oh, great. This is retarded. You can hear me now or no? Now I can't hear you.
Oh, hello. It says unmute at the bottom. Welcome.
You had me over here about to have a whole tizzy. I'm like, nah, because the little bar is moving on my end. It is on you, but I'm not going to do that to you because, you know, this is our first time actually meeting. Hey, girl, hey.
And I got this little peanut box holding up my phone. Yeah, just ghetto.
Look, however you, as my daddy used to call it, nigga rigger, it's whatever.
Exactly, it is what it is. So I'm like, oh, let me move this little thing out the way. Oh, okay.
I can't see it, you know. I would have never known. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know because I didn't. Okay. Well, how you do, ma'am?
I'm well. How are you? Looking good.
Thank you, Les. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I was reading something. I can't do two things at once, but I try. I do. I was saying thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Oh, what you, girl? You got on the wrong shirt. Donut. Don't do that.
And I need one too.
The donut club. It's the club of donuts. Okay. Yes. We good. Okay. Let me get on a professional thing. Okay, we are here. This is your girl, Akanki, the everyday goddess. And you repping the donuts and I'm repping my, can you see my?
Yeah. Oh, caramel. Is that woo?
Caramel Sunday with the cherry on top. What? Okay, so I'm really on my woo today, or woo, how they do it. You know, I'm wrong, but you know, hey, I'm just me. Okay, so we are here today to talk about the trauma release. And my girl, I'm gonna call you by your name that I'm gonna choose. Her name is Pearl, but I like to call her Gertrude because her people gave her the most. Oh gosh, they gave her all the grandparents that was in your whole ancestral line. They gave you everybody's name, but it's all good. I just like playing with her. And yes, this is my first time laying eyes on her in person. And she actually trusted me to take my trauma class. So it's not all friends that I'll be interviewing. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. It's not all people that I talk to frequently. You're somebody who did the course and made it a point to not holler at me because you wanted to figure it out yourself. So I always do that. You know, if I even go and follow somebody, that's the big thing.
No, definitely.
Oh my goodness, do this again. Your teeth are the bomb. Go ahead. I'm a teeth person. I can't see all the imperfections. I like your teeth. Okay, Miss.
Professionalism. I'm sorry.
Donut club. I need some fried dough in my life. Like I didn't just have some the other day. Like when we talked, I went too late. I didn't get my $5 box. I actually had to pay the whole price. Yeah, but I got them though. And then I forgot to order them. So when they showed up, I was like, oh, see, this is what I'm impulsive. I'll be like, and then something else, and then somebody be knocking at the door, but like, Forget.
Seriously, all over the place.
Okay, but let me get to the point. Because my mind goes 500 miles an hour. We are here for you took the 21-day trauma release.
Yes.
And just to, we talked about it. I do have a 2.0 coming out. It's going to be out in January because this one is super, super, super in depth. And it's going to, like, 21-day trauma release really scratch the surface. It opens up a whole lot. It's gonna the next stuff that's coming is gonna really, well, you really can't get over trauma, but you can learn how to deal with it so you're not traumatized the whole time. You're trying to trigger me. Move on. So this meeting is really to talk about your experience with the class. Because people that I do talk to, when I let them know that I am the trauma alchemist and I can show you how to take it and to reprocess it and it not be what you've been taught that it should be.
Definitely.
Well, I've tried to help, work with my trauma, but it opened up a lot of things and it scared me. And I'm like, gosh, that's so unfortunate because it's dealing with it can be super scary because this is not something that's done every day. You don't talk about because melanated what happens in our family stays in our family. We are a bunch of damn from Nevada, apparently. Like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in this area? They don't say shit. And that's harmful because then you're not allowed to emote, you're not allowed to think a certain way, and then when you start thinking like that, it's like, well, am I crazy, am I wrong? And then you don't have anybody to bounce it off, which is another thing. So there is a point in time when you just start going crazy. So I'm working, I'm being consistent in starting from the beginning. Because where I'm at, and y'all need to just come on board because this is where I'm at. And then I realized that I can be a bit, confusing. So let me know if you're like, bitch, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. My audience be like,
yes, ma'am.
So I am always I like being the student at sometimes. Well, a lot of times actually, because even with us talking, I'm like, ooh, I get to, I'm not even the teacher. I'm like, oh, I get to see, I get to learn from you because I know what my experiences are and I know where my stuff comes from. And I just want to spread that more. And I'm at a place now where I can and get my mind together in how to put it into words because, I read something this morning that said, like, the farther you go into yourself or into your path of enlightenment, the less you have to say. Definitely. That is where I'm at. Although I talk a lot. Don't get it wrong. Me and my plant is banging hip hop and R&B over here. I'm telling you, because I talk so damn much. She like,
observing it like, yeah, feed me.
Like carbon dioxide. She's like, girl, give it to me. I'm looking at new growth over here. I'm like, yes. My husband came in. Is this the plant I bought you? He was like, the fuck did you do to it? I'm like, well. Moon blood and talking is the bomb, but anyway, so I just want to make sure that I'm able to go back and find some words because I've realized as I've been watching, there are trigger words that have been force fed a whole lot, excuse me. So it's like, I don't talk like that. I'm not a hotepper. I don't consider myself woke. That's a fad. I've been doing this shit since it didn't even have a name. I've been, working under or following some people that, of course, because the digital age has gotten where it is, but I've been doing the shit that they were talking about doing back then. And I'm not like here to, pump my chest out, but damn it, I'm pumping my chest out because I have been working. And And I didn't think it was any work until I started to look back and be like, well, damn, well, well, I do. Well, no, it don't have to be like that, and so we are here, Miss Odessa. You might have 17 names throughout this whole interview, but I'm hoping that we are able to grasp those that are watching, because yes, a consultation or coaching session with me is like this. Your
Definitely.
home girl that you're talking to, but
For sure.
I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, she's over there pulling cards on me and she's trying to read me. I'm
Hold on.
listen, I've had people be like, I'm so nervous to call. Why? I'm just a person.
Exactly.
Well, kind of, but I'm in the
Half
flesh.
here, half there.
I breathe and I eat food and stuff like that. But the judgment part, don't even have the mental capacity to even care.
For
So
sure.
you're not gonna get that from me because I don't really give a shit. I'm like, look, you want to heal? Then let's work.
Mhm.
If you don't,
For sure.
then you go back over where them people that be like, and I know I had some, I just said it, but
Definitely.
there's a reason. And there's levels to this shit, as they say. But anyway,
Definitely levels for sure.
I said all of that disclaimer stuff. Now we can get to the nitty gritty. Okay, so I said I am working on it. They're gonna be like, damn, this girl is so discombobulated. I'm sorry, you can't handle the energy and the 50 people that's in here, then
Y'all, I see you in the
they look, they came through this morning through my I just did a live on my Huggy Baby.
back.
Oh, here she got. Hold on, let me get her. So okay, because I just did a live with Huggy Baby. See this Huggy Baby right here, right? Okay. Huh? He said, hey, boo.
Baby.
Huggy Baby. Okay, so since I'm the trauma alchemist, we're gonna have a little time, a little session. Okay, so Huggy Baby came into my life when my mother left me. But let me tell you why she left. She's okay. This is what she told me after I became older, that she gave me Huggy Baby to hold and to hug when I missed her because she was leaving. I don't remember her giving me this conversation because I was the tender age of 5.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
her that this doll was there. And yes, I did hug the doll. And yes, I did miss her at points because she's my fucking mother. She left to go to the service, but she didn't tell nobody. Me nor my dad. We just woke. I mean, I could close my eyes and see the shoes and all the disarray to the house because she went and she was packing feverishly so she can go. Because I guess they steal you in the middle of the night to go to this undisclosed area. Maybe, I don't know. It felt like what would happen when I was online. I was like, they kind of sneak you out and you do your thing and then you come back. But here's the thing, that was a traumatic event for me because I wanted nothing to do with my mother. Like, I was bad enough that I'm living in New Orleans. She's light as hell, right? And I got teased all the time for having a white mama. So I would say, well, I don't want a white mama. And she left anyway, so she ain't got to come back. Like, I was really
Definitely going through it.
I was going through it, right? And then she left. It's like, your white mama left you? Apparently so. Okay. That's what I don't know. It was just, the young thing. So what I'm getting at, it was a traumatic event, right? So I had Huggy Baby, and I still have her, as you can see. But what it taught me now, but what I see now is how you can transform that traumatic event into something that helps you. So
Definitely.
in effect mode this morning because I'm working on a project and I was stuck. And I was so happy. And then I'm like, oh, I really don't know how I'm gonna go forward. I'm like doing all this mega dosing. So the last couple of days I had like detox flu. My head was like, ugh. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to shut down because I can't do nothing but sleep. This morning I wake up and all of a sudden all of this stuff is like coming to me and I'm like, where is my damn pen? You know, I'm trying to write the stuff down and I'm like, well, where the fuck this come from? Okay, like it's flowing hard. And I'm able to go back to stuff because I usually have a lot of stuff going on in my head to where I can't even slow it down. So this morning I was able to go back. And a lot of times it is my dad because that's my ace. That's my ace. But I was like, this ain't him. But then I look at my bed because she lays right next to me in the bed. I make sure she has her blanket and everything. Yes, I do that shit because I care. That's my home girl. She got to have her blanket.
Exactly.
And then I looked and she was like, yeah, I remember. And I was like, oh shit. Because that's your best friend, right? That's like your imaginary friend. And then at night, you know, in the mornings when I get up, I do my meditation and try to get myself together. And at night, especially, okay, here's what I'm working on. In my dreams, I need you to help me remember them. So she was bringing that back. So that works with this trauma release because it be the little shit.
For sure.
But you know, and I didn't have her for many years because she was with my mom. And I think the last time my mom was like, here, take your shit and go ahead. She gave me a huggy baby.
See
I mean, she probably wasn't that mean, but here, take your shit and go ahead.
Thank you.
But it wasn't like to even deal with something like that. It's not emotional. I get where you're coming from. Okay. So enough about me, but you got a little segue there. So about the trauma release, was there a particular event that actually had you say, okay, I'm ready for this?
Let me see. I know when it was brought to me, like I'm pretty open-minded, like, and I know there was at the time and earlier that year, like I faced a major trauma that I realized as an adult, it really played a part, you know, like, but the depths of it, like I didn't know it until I took the trauma class, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would say like the timing, because it was like more towards the end of the year, I want to say, when I took the class, but like earlier that year, like I feel like maybe that was like a shadow of it to be like, okay, we'll be back later, you know, at the end of the year.
That's your prerequisite. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like, I feel like I wasn't even hesitant. Like I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'm like, yeah, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? And then like once I got into it, I'm like, okay, let me calm down a little bit. You know, like it was some real shit. It's not like, oh, okay, and we're gonna talk about trauma. It's like, nah, like it was structured well, and it was like, nah, we need to get down to it. Like
I appreciate
look
that.
at ourselves.
Okay.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
it did resonate that way with you, which is great because a little segue into that, I woke up one day and said, I'm doing a trauma class. I don't even know what the fuck is gonna have in it, but I'm doing one. And then I said, I'm gonna get some people to take it. I have no idea what I'm gonna be talking about, but we're gonna take this class.
Exactly.
And so I just put feelers out there, got a group of people and said, come on, let's do it. And then I said, all right, I did that part. What's next? And then it was like, sit at the computer and it was straight up like, and then it was just type. And literally, because that's what it felt like, you know, when you having like, it's hard to explain a spiritual experience because everybody, you know, it resonates different with them. But I was doing it. I remember typing. No recollection as to what I typed. And I was so deep into it that even with this class, I've gone into it multiple times. I read it and I'd be like, oh shit. Oh my God. Yo, I'm like, damn, yo, I don't even know if I was ready to do that. You know, like day one, I'm like, yo, bitch, what was you on? Oh my goodness, you don't even let a motherfucker get warmed up to you. Be like, hey, I'm glad you took the class. All right, you ready? All right, let's do this. Yeah, no, do it now. Day one. Yeah, do it now. And look at that motherfucker every day and keep doing it. And then you're gonna do it again. Okay, cool. And if you can't, well, maybe you need to sit out this one. But it comes from a place of love.
For sure.
And from a place of, you know, I have done this stuff And I'm not trying to throw it in your face like you ain't ready. No, most of us are ready. We just don't even understand how ready we are because it looks different than
Exactly.
what, like, because there's no way that I can actually give you every different situation. It's a concept. And anyone who gets coaching from me, it's just conceptually because the concept is the same.
Definitely.
Situations, infinite different situations, but the concept is the same. You got your feelings hurt. This shit hurt deep. And either
Exactly.
you either have those lessons that keep coming up, or you have tucked it back so far that you have to have another event that comes in and be like, bam. And you're like,
There
wait a
you
minute. This
go.
is simple shit. You know what I'm saying? I just ordered a chicken sandwich. Why am I crying? Well, I mean, it'd be that damn simple, you know,
Sorry.
like I just chewing gum and then like this one way I chewed and all of a sudden the tears were streaming. Yeah, it
Um,
comes like that. It's time.
definitely.
So
Mm-hmm.
um yeah. It's just me trying to put it into
No,
words,
seriously.
all of that, because I mean, even my own husband is like, you know, you're crazy. I said, but you know what crazy actually is?
Right.
That means that I'm better than you. Because I go through that with him because you know he wants to battle with me and I'm like that's fine, you know, and I had some issues with it at first. I'm like, I'm not crazy. I don't want to be normal. Normal is actually a diss to me. So
Mm-hmm. For sure.
the crazies, bring it on. Let's do it. Let's get all the, you know, people want to call it mental illness. Nah, 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 nah. You coming home. That's what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, because you were supposed to act like them, whoever them are, and they apparently they got you structured to think like that. I don't know who they are because they don't live in my world, but
For sure.
apparently the world runs on these. So I am in the school of not them's. Um, it's not them. Welcome
Right.
to a caucus world is not them. Not them. Yes. So okay, so I have a list of questions that I'm trying because I do make an effort to be somewhat structured. Um,
Let's swing it, baby.
structure of the release. Did you mentioned how you like the structure of it? Is there something that you would have changed about it that you feel like didn't wasn't clear? Because then you know this is me being the student. Um,
Definitely. And can I go next? Oh, me.
you have the floor, honey.
Okay. To be honest, I feel like obviously going into it not knowing what I was getting myself into other than releasing trauma, you know, the
Mhm.
goal. I feel like the structure of it, like it was simple, but it wasn't simple. You know what I'm saying? Like it was between like simple and not complicated, but like the in between where it was like you had to think, like you're
Yeah.
gonna challenge yourself with this course. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, take a few notes. Like you're gonna have to get to thinking, facing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I like how you made it, like you mentioned earlier, and we talked about like this yo shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, but at the same time, you have to face it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel oftentimes, sorry, I'm trying to adjust. We want people to hold our hands throughout our entire lives. So it's like being able to be like, damn, like this my shit. I gotta hold my own hand, you know, through the ropes or whatever. Like, yeah, I have this support, but at the end of the day, like I have to get down to the nitty gritty of what I'm dealing with inside and what's been holding me back, if we will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and why I'm where I'm at now. So I appreciated the structure because it challenged me. And with me, like I like to figure stuff out on my own anyway, but knowing I had that support, and then even like I'm just gonna get a little bit into it without getting too detailed, but like every day it was like kind of like a not a a recap, but something of a recap, so to speak. Like, so it was like that's how I like to think. Like, okay, we talked about this. Okay, the next day a little something right here, and then let's move on. Like, so I personally appreciate it and love the structure because it challenged me.
Cool, because that it should be the trauma release challenge. The way people are telling me, I'm like, oh man, I it's my life. Like
Uh-huh.
seriously, like that's my life. And I had to actually try to condense it. Well, shoot, I didn't. But them, them people that roll with me condensed it because
All of y'all.
oh my goodness. Like it wasn't even physically me. I guess I pulled myself out and it was like, all right, bitch, we gonna shine that. Dang.
You can be the
'Cause I'm like,
physical. We gonna take over everything else.
I mean, seriously, like all I can think about really is like Men in Black
Yeah,
when the head came out and there was someone else inside of the brain that
definitely.
yeah. I'm that little
Little
motherfucker in
homie.
there. Was like, yes, you know what? Getting on this computer. Nope, 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 nope. You're gonna do it this way. I know it seems crazy. This earring is blowing me, but anyway, we just want to rock one. Um,
Okay.
you know, it's just we gonna get hit. Oh, you gonna put that. Oh, and you gonna put that part in there too. And I'm like, huh? And I didn't know until I looked at it or I got, you know, responses. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What are they talking about? It ain't really. Oh, wait a minute. Yo. And then I went, and then week 2, and I was like,
So hold on, what I got this. I got this.
and then I'm saying that because you took the class, but for anybody who's watching this, it's actually a relief. It's you are releasing. Um, and so it's just to show that it can be done
For sure.
and the structure of it. This release is structured, but yet it's free because it's
Right.
like, all right, you got it, but now you go freak it the way you can keep up with it. Because just because I
Exactly.
tell you you can do this, this, and the other, that does not mean that you can't put, you know, sprinkle your own spice on it. Because I mean, how many people order food and then they add hot sauce or they add whatever
Exactly.
they like to it, even though it's been made in a way that anybody could eat it. I want you to eat off your shit
For sure.
and
Definitely.
enjoy it. And I'm selfish like that. I don't want to share and eat
Oh,
up. You know, Panda used to always and you going in and you come, you know, hollering at them, and then everybody else doing it. Y'all all eating off the same steak.
uh-huh.
Personally, I like my steak a certain way, and I
No,
don't
seriously.
I have children. I don't want to share anymore. You know what I'm saying? I have a husband. I never wanted to share. Like,
My shit.
well, he ain't got to be my shit. Just if you're gonna be in my space, then you gonna have to abide by me because I'm not gonna do so with release. And believe me, I've been through some stuff with
Mhm.
them. It ain't me or I got my people, them, and then you got them outside that walk around in bodies like me.
Definitely.
They, there's a lot of things that don't work out, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll get back to my questions. So tell me something. Do you have a particular part of the release that you felt was the hardest?
Let me see. I'd honestly have to say like the forgiving self part.
Oh,
And I would say like, well, I'm gonna take myself back then, like forgiving self, because it's like for me in the past, it's so easy to blame everybody else. But then realizing like, no, honey, like this is a part of your creation for a reason. Like you can have that reason and soak in it and be sad and let it control your life, or you can understand literally like this happened for this reason, like where you're at and like your development, so to speak. So it's like being able to not put the blame, but not even the blame like in a bad way, but like understanding accountability, like it's okay, like
mhm.
it's not your fault, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then forgiving someone else, you know, or a situation for hurting you, like that was a struggle too. But like for me personally, like along the way, even after I passed that day, like I was like, let me reach out to some people that have hurt me tremendously, but it didn't come from I'm forgiving you. It was like, I don't know how to explain it fully, but like it felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like something I've never would have thought, like telling somebody who hurt you, or like I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
You're
just
like, the
way
fuck? Yeah,
it.
that's a big thing. What I do, because I said this is about me, and I'm
Mhm.
just branching it out from what I've experienced and knowing in what I have learned that when you're young and something happens to you, because a lot of this stuff stems from
Yep.
childhood, right? And we didn't dictate our childhood because we was living under somebody else's life, which was
Uh-huh.
our parents, who a lot of our parents, like mine, were like old people compared to a lot of people that I knew. No, what I'm saying is
Uh-huh.
my parents had me when they were in their mid-20s.
Oh, okay.
And so they weren't teen parents or in
Mhm.
no teen in it or just coming off of being a teenager. Um, they were established individuals and they still had their shit because matter of fact, using these words that they have now, they trauma bonded.
Uh-huh.
My mama was fucked up. Oh, mine was too. Well, how did they do? Oh, they did you that? Okay, let's get together and let's have a
Uh-huh.
family and let's not let them fuck with none of. How about that?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, but okay, so we don't have no support but each other, but then some shit gonna come up and I don't like you no more.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna break away, but I'm still gonna have a bond to you because it
Mhm.
it blows up. So I'm a product of that stuff, which is nothing new because there's nothing new under the sun. But
Right.
hey, that forgiveness part,
Mm.
because I went in, I'll tell my own personal story when I first, like, because I said this is my life. I apologized to my mother because I cut her off. Well, the first time. And well, sometimes you have to go through transitions because it was hard for
Definitely.
me because it's your mother, right?
Mhm.
And so there were things she was doing I did not agree with, but I kept holding on to the it's my mother,
Uh-huh.
right? Because people say, you only get one mama. Actually, because I had to go through the process, you get a lot of mamas.
Mhm. Definitely.
Now, here I said mama, I didn't say mother. Yes, the
Uh-huh.
vessel which got me here. My mother used to tell me this. I'm just the vessel that got you here. And I used to not even really pay attention.
Yeah.
But she was spitting. Like, you
No,
telling me some
definitely like, yeah, shit.
or my mother, you did what a mother would do, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm gonna say a mother bird because after a certain while, she push you out the nest, and if you fall to your death, then oh well, I think you should have flapped harder. Like
It's no problem.
she was a dark goddess of all dark goddesses for real,
Uh-huh.
and I've told her this, but I went and forgave her or told her, that I had forgiven her for whatever, and she flipped it on me.
Mm.
And it was like, so you don't even accept me for forgiving you for the shit that you did. All right then. And it
Right.
was years in between it. Um, so it was being able to understand that if I forgive you, then I have to understand what that means. And do I really need you to forgive you?
Right.
Like because but the main thing is it wasn't my fault. So why am I feeling bad? Because I didn't do this. So then it was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, that's what they mean by forgive yourself, because you're not taught that. I think in religion they say, forgive and forget. Well, if I forget, then I'm gonna fucking do it
Exactly.
again. I need to forgive, remember, take a note, make a t-shirt. We're like, don't do that again. This is part of the lessons.
Exactly.
So it was just like, I had to go through it. So I appreciate you getting that from there because it does help. And
Definitely.
when you reach out, there are individuals that I mean, I've been told by other people that have taken the course that like, yo, that was a game changer for me
Uh-huh.
because I didn't tell you to reach out. I don't tell you to do anything.
Right.
Matter of fact, and with the course, if anybody knows, because people kind of hang on to being told step by step what to do, like you said, hand holding.
Mhm.
And I didn't do
Exactly.
that. I give you some stuff. You can use this or you can go find your own. Because
Mhm.
I mean, and I just went and looked online like anybody else would. Here,
Right.
that's along the concept, but I don't like eating off the same steak.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna take the concept of it and then I'm gonna freak it over here.
Definitely.
Like I said, this is just really scratching the surface of it because there's so much other shit that I do. So I mean, if anybody came in here and could see what I see at night, I'd be floating, doing a bunch of other shit, you know. There'd be like 5 different knees in here. Like, all right, bitch, we're gonna do this, but hold on 1 second, you know, and let me have a little alcohol in there, and then I'm ginning it up, and I'm just like, there was one point where it was just I had a whole pantheon of just gins, you know, all right, you know, little fireheads. She come out every now and then. They come out they
yeah, you almost did it.
I know. Them so since I just mentioned like dreams and stuff coming out, how have your dreams been?
Dreams. It's funny you say that because like it's funny, I was thinking about it like this morning, like just going over some stuff, and I'm just like, my dreams from like growing up and even like early adulthood, like they were very like, of course you have normal dreams, whatever that means or whatever to you, but a lot of shit that like I would recur in dreams, like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like that didn't have meaning until like after understanding like the concept of like how we literally can like we pull shit from like our state now into our dreams. Like I don't know like how to explain it, but like just understanding I have the control, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then understanding like, you know, like I'm kind of like lost for words, but like just understanding control, like even in this realm, in the dream realm, like it shit changes is what I can say. Like shit changes a lot.
But is it changed for the better? Is it so for someone who's watching this? It's like, yo, I want to do it, but I'm not there yet. That I think that's where I want to convey that you have to be just ready to really nitty gritty love you, like for real, in a way that you have never loved you before, that you've never known love. Because a lot of people find love in procreation, but that didn't. No. I don't mean to be nasty, because I've trialed, errored so much stuff. It's like, but then you're running
for sure
because it's something else, and you only get 23 chromosomes to dedicate to that creation of yours. It's got a 23 from somebody else, and you might not like that motherfucker after.
Definitely.
Why didn't this shit pop up before when I was fucking you? Because then now I would have known. I would have taken extra precautions to not do this.
All for a reason.
With procreation. You know, and that's a whole nother story. But then you start the self-love thing will have you not even laying down with somebody, because I can see that you got some stuff that I don't even want to attach to me because of how I'm feeling about you. I can see how that can come in attachment. So we're not gonna do that. So I'm glad that that resonated with you. And just to let anybody know that's watching that this is for you and you are ready, because hey, what they say is if you're watching this, then it's for you.
Definitely, for sure.
You came and clicked on this, even if it was to be nosy. Your nosiness led you to do something that's going to help you. All of it has a reason. There are no coincidences. Sorry, there's nothing. It just so happened. It sounds great. It sounds great. It just so happened. You was leading up to this shit well before that. So the other thing is, how do you feel like is it easy to apply what you've learned from the course?
Oh yeah, and it's funny. Well, I'll speak on that later. It's very easy, like knowing what I know now, like I value myself, like, and everything outside of me, like I have my moments, you know, I'm in the flesh, like I get it. But at the same time, like what they say, when you know better, you do better. Sometimes that's not the case. But for me, like I know better. And when I don't do better, I'm back in the mirror at myself. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, so it's just like, for me, it's like, let's regroup. This ain't about this situation, this person or whatever. Like we need to, let's bring it back a little bit. It's okay to bring it back some, you know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned, like this is, it don't stop at, oh, I completed it. Like, no, like this shit is like a never ending thing, but it's a matter of how you handle it.
Yeah.
And handle your shit, for sure.
Yeah. And that was going to be my next question is how do you feel like you know how to handle situations that you would have normally run from after taking the course? And okay, family, work, relationships, just your overall thought process. How do you think you do things differently than you did before?
Well, I can honestly say, like, I just say over the past year, like, I backpedaled a lot. Like, I just recently came into realizing, like, baby, like, we need to take that trauma bonding. Like, that shit, that's some real shit. Like, trauma bonding, like, and it goes back to, like, you don't just complete something and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But understanding, like, yo, like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, is what I have to tell myself because I know better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a weak spot. I ain't even gonna call it weak, but like a part of me is like, oh, family and friends, but a part of me really knows like that shit don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't no good for me, I don't give a fuck. Mama, granny, grandpa, like I gotta do something about it. I'm not, oh well, you know, that's just your mama, that's your brother. Like that's
just the way they are. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave them where they are. It's not a problem. Exactly. I don't love you less because I don't talk to you when you know my business. Because that's my business since it's become such a tagline. But it's really no. I watched it, you know what I'm saying? I see it. I was like, true, that's your business. So if it's your business, shut the fuck up and do your business. I mean, like
no, dead ass.
And I'm a private person. But I tell people, but I do talk if it's meant for me to talk to you.
Right.
If you got something that I see that, and I'm not gonna be like, I'm a seer, I can see everything, I can hear. I'm not about to do that. What I'm gonna do is be like, all right then.
Right.
And I had to learn to stop talking because I had to find the balance in my human nature, because there is a human nature. Definitely. And me learning all this stuff and uncovering these things about myself and wanting to just speak on that, not even trying, because I went through the you shouldn't do that. I went through that part, you know, and like I said, I went through that. That was early 2000s, and people don't want to hear that shit. It's fashionable now. It's fashionable now. It's an actual thing called woke. I'm not a big 2000. What year is this? 2021. Okay. So no, it's not fashionable for me to come and say, no, you don't need to. You don't need to eat pork, motherfucker. You can eat the shit from the rooter to the tutor. I do not care. I swell up and it doesn't work for me. But that came from childhood. I didn't eat the shit. I ate bacon. But anything else, I was like, man, that's me. Do I give a fuck? Not if I'm not fucking with you. Now, if you are next to me and if I'm laying up with you, I do not need your grease face on mine, because there's certain things that just don't work for me. Now, do your thing. This is your world. I'm just fucking. You see what I mean? But it's like you can't force feed something, anything, and you got to be ready for it. And just know that backpedaling, well, that just means that, you know, you needed to backpedal. Definitely. Because we say things and they have a certain connotation with the words. I'm pedaling, that means I'm moving.
Right? Exactly. Yep.
But I went back, that means I forgot something. Right?
So grab that real quick.
You know, okay, so let's bring it into, okay, so I'm pedaling, I'm moving, because it's emotion. That's energy. You're moving back. So that means you forgot something, or we're going to use what people say. You know how you like, well, something said, or I just missed a major car accident because I was running late. And they said that was for a reason. Well, you was pedaling back. because there was something in there that you needed to see again with, maybe not your rose-colored glasses on. You need to see it with some another magnifying glass.
That's vital right there. Seriously.
Like, this is what a cocky does. Hey, this is me. No, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to feel bad about, because I have backpedaled, sat in the mud, like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of it has to do with the love thing of what everybody told me what it was supposed to be, how I was supposed to act, I had a mental brain trauma. Like, I had a whole damn stroke. My shit was blah, 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 and I had amnesia. I knew who the fuck you were, but I didn't know who you were to me.
Right.
Like, it didn't feel the same. And then I was just like, well, I thought I didn't know who you were. People were to me. I was able to see who they were after I had the stroke. And it was like, I don't know if I like this or if this is really for me. So there were a lot of individuals that got the axe, because it was like, you ain't for me. Like, you wasn't for me. Like, I kind of knew, but now I really know.
Exactly.
And I lost the ability or the want to even have you there, because you wasn't for me.
Right.
So it's just understanding that regardless of what the process is and how many times you have to redo something, you're doing that shit for a reason. And no matter how much you study on different entities and what I will say openly that I feel like I would, okay, so when and I know this isn't about me, but I'm trying to give like, college was where I really got into this whole spiritual part, right? And I was introduced through Yoruba, through Ifa, right? And I got me a goddess, and I'm like, yeah, give me out, rock, we doing our thing. And that's girl. Then I got a little older, right? Was still rocking with it, but I wanted, because I've been by myself. Remember by that family thing? We gonna keep it away for everybody. Okay, I didn't have no family, so I really longed for a connection with somebody that was like a sister.
Definitely.
Or something, because I didn't have it. So I go and I get with this house. It was Santeria. It wasn't, it wasn't Lukami or anything, but it was close. There was a Babala. There was a,
Right.
and I just lost my daddy. I can't say lost my daddy. My dad had just transitioned. I was fucked up for 4 years. Okay? I'm like, shit, I did it. Now, when I say I did it, my dad wasn't into nothing. He was agnostic as hell. He said, my thought of what God is, let me tell you what God is a bitch that sits there and she just sticks her finger and smashes all the light that she sees until she and I'm gonna keep dodging that bitch. I'm
gonna keep dodging that bitch.
And I was like, so when he died, I was like, well, I guess she got your ass there. But I was hurt because he was hurting. And I'm like, look, bro, you're gonna have to deal with some things. And what my dad did was he traveled, he came to see me, he traveled across country, saw his best friend, realized he wasn't best friends with him no more, and went to go see his mom and the rest of his family. Celebrated a birthday for her, cooked for her. They had a great time. He joined up with some of his brothers and sisters, went back to see his baby brother, went home, died. And I was pissed because he left me.
Right.
And it was like, bruh, now I had been fucking with him like, you 1,000 years old, it's time for you to go. And if you go, yeah, because that's my ace spoon crew. Like, when you go, I'm gonna have my motherfucking light on. So if you don't come, I'm gonna be even more mad. And what he didn't come. you. I'm gonna take you.
I'm on my way.
I'm like, whatever, but no, it hurt. It hurt for years because I still had to deal with being here.
Right.
And it was like, that's my homie. Like, why? Because before he even transitioned, I was like, yo, if you go, what the fuck am I doing? He said, at that time, you got 2 reasons to stay. I was like, ew, you sound like these humans. Oh my God. I ain't even here for that. But okay. So, I don't even know what the original thing we were talking about, but
don't give me the line. I'm trying to think like, hold on, wait, I just be going and going.
I'm sorry, but taking the trauma thing, it's just trauma is not, I look at trauma differently than a lot of people do. And you can get into the psychological portions of it, and that's fine. I'm not refuting anything. I am just giving something that shows what I went through and how you can master you. You can't master you, but you can, understand what you're putting yourself through. Definitely. It don't have to be torture. This is supposed to be the land of milk and honey. Really, from everything that you watch, right? You come down here for a reason. And is that they were like, my purpose, like Soul was talking about your purpose, right? Okay, let me get it segued into purpose. Okay. And I decided, my son told me, and he got on my ass. He was like, look, watch the movie for what the movie is. Just watch the movie. Be entertained. Because because really that little boy was my daddy in in another life. And so we snuck, if you but for real. Like I was like, yes. Okay, because he old as fuck. And then when my dad transitioned, he absorbed all that. The boy look over his glasses like my dad. I'd be like, look, Mr. Whitmore, how about this? I'm gonna need you to fucking go ahead. Because hold on. Damn it. But I had to listen to him on this one because he said, just watch the shit. Just watch a movie without seeing the real story behind it. Just watch it like regular people. I cried my fucking eyes out. And I was choking. And I realized, because then you start to feel like you have done something wrong or you're unfulfilled, which the whole movie was talking about. This person being unfulfilled and then dying, trying to get back because his big break was coming. How many motherfuckers then tried to or came back because my big break, or this time we do it differently? I've talked to people that say, well, it's like, you can have it right now on 11/11. I'm good on that.
Definitely.
Like I'm building my world. In my world, when I go to that beach, oh shit, it's just like, I'm ready to do that. And I ain't got to worry about having a headache. I ain't worried about having no money. I ain't got to worry about being pregnant. I ain't got to worry about if my car right. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. I can go grab a dick and have fun if I want. Like, let's have a good time.
Definitely.
But here, what it was, what I've noticed with that particular movie was that, my purpose. Well, okay, so I watched it. I cried because I felt like, oh, there's nothing I didn't do. Oh my goodness, what is my purpose? I got all these kids. I said I was never getting married. How the fuck did I do that? Like it took me 5 minutes, and then I had to watch it again. With the other thought of the purpose, and it was like, oh, your purpose is to actually heal from this shit, so that you can have fun. And because then you hear sides of this where it's like, well, you came down here to have a good time, to fucking be married. And literally, where's the best time? What is the best time that you have? When you fucking and you can
my mama watching this.
Well, if my mom she know because I'm her child. Lascivious. Look, her favorite word was lascivious. That means lustful. Yes. So she told me this, and I was like, ew. You know, let all the, because somebody told you you have to have a certain persona, a certain way about yourself, and that's fine. But yo, if you also think about it, you came in here with 3 different ways, right? You got your sun, your moon, and your rising, and that's how you project yourself to the world. So you have all this undercover stuff that you kind of got to sort out. And you're like, well, how did the ancients do it? Because they didn't have all this other bullshit. You know,
Right, exactly.
they didn't have this other group that said, no, you're going to have to come into this and act like this and wear your hair like this. And then you're gonna and all that other shit that don't have nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
It has everything to do with everything else and trying to fit in. And oh my God, I got rashes from trying to fit in. It's like, I don't, and you know, I look and the people say, you know, I would have never known that by seeing you. That's the point, you know. Because
Hold it together.
bro. So it's I think what I'm trying to do, because I'm coming out my box. Well, I've been out my box, but I'm openly coming out of my box.
Definitely.
And the human part of me, and I did seek some outside help and just confirming, because I'm like, yo, I'm not in the same, I want to be in my shell. I want to be in my shell right now, but see me, love me, hey. That's
Right.
that Leo coming in, progressing in, saying, okay, bitch, it ain't you ain't supposed to sit in the dark no more.
Right.
And then everybody that I come into contact with is like, Leo, my son, he reminds me he's a Leo every day. I know, bitch. I grew you, human. You were born in August. I know. Like, I know that. And he was like, yeah, because us Leos, wah, wah, wah. And he's the first. So he's like, you know, he ain't nothing but a big old shiny sun. And I'd be like, okay, all right, all right, all right. Well, can Leos take more than one shower a week? I just want to know. And he'd be like, I mean, I'm just saying.
I love it.
Really, mom? Like, yes, yes, sir. You know, but anyway. So, and you're a Leo, right?
Yes.
Thought process. He's going to go Leo, the sun. That's your sun sign, your thought process. So you beaming and like, yeah, you were like, everybody else's fault. It's not mine because I am the shit. You see,
Who, me? How dare you?
I want to forgive you, but your ass was wrong. You know.
No. You know who you dealing with?
Thought, you know? Okay. So you came to that realization, and that's, you know, I'm really happy for you because you're smiling. Your face looks different than your post. Now, you know what I'm saying? Don't fucking mean that. What I mean is,
Hold on 1 second.
no, but I always look at the eyes anyway, because the eyes will tell you everything. And you know, at first I'm like, oh my gosh, how is Pearl Odessa? And I'll probably find another old name to call you. And then you'll go away and I'll be like, man, okay, I want to check up on her, but I don't know if she's still here.
No, seriously.
I'm the queen of ghosting, and I didn't realize, you know, using these terms, that I do that until I recognize, oh shit, you might rock with me for a little bit, and I may get a complete wild hair on my ass and be like, and it don't have nothing to do with anybody else. It's all me internally. I'd be like, oh, I did that too. Well, I don't do anything outwardly to hurt anybody, but I will ghost you. And so you can feel like, well, bitch, I thought we was cool. We were. But if I feel like maybe the energy is gone or it's dissipated, I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And like my husband would be like, I think you're bipolar. And I'd be like, I just think you're stupid. No, what it is, if I was bipolar, I wouldn't be moving or doing anything. It's that I switch. I was like, but I'm fluid. And then he don't understand that. Oh yeah, I married the humanist of humans. Like he is human. New man. And I said, well, I said I was about balance, but goddamn, like, I'm over here like this, and he's like, and he's a Taurus, so he moved very, very slow. And that, like, sends me up the roof. And people say, well, why would you do that? Because it's about balance, and certain things about him I like.
Definitely, for sure.
So, it ain't that bad,
Don't tell nobody.
tell whoever you want, but if you touch it, then I don't want it no more. It's kind of like I might be the kind of person, if something drops on the floor, I'm not gonna pick it up and eat it. I'll probably kick it across the room. I just don't want it no more.
On my face.
Nasty. So anyway, so you took the class before having to quarantine. How was your experience having to be alone?
I loved it. And it's funny because, like, me being a Leo, I like to be in people's faces, like the sun shining, but like quarantine was like, yeah, I don't gotta be around fuckers. Like, I didn't realize that part of me because like my face was always like, hey, yeah, let's do this and that. But like quarantining and like even like the job I was working at the time, like seeing like maybe 3 cars on the highway, like it did something to me mentally. Like, I don't like people. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but quarantining was like perfect. Like, I ain't got to deal with people and put on these many masks. Like, and we should keep it this way. No, I'm just kidding. No, I guess we need some interaction, but like quarantining, like I never understood how much of a homebody beyond like the physical I was. Like, I love being to myself, like within, like, observing other people's energies and just, I loved it.
So do you think that this course actually helped you get to that point of being able to be comfortable with being alone?
Let's see. I guess in a sense, like with being able to deal with myself and understanding, like at the time I was in a relationship, like, yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah,
it's okay if you don't have a lot of words, because it's a lot, and it sometimes takes you having to go backpedal.
For sure.
We're gonna use your words to be able to find words to put to it. Definitely. Because the experience is like an ethereal one. It's one that you're like, I feel it, I know it, I sense it. Ain't no words for it. Shit, that's my shit. It's just my shit.
Definitely. But
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, but I can say, like, before taking the class, like, it's 11:11 my time.
Make a wish.
No, okay, let me regroup. No, but seriously, like, prior to the class and not understanding that, like, obviously we're all reflection of each other, but at the same time, sometimes them reflections is not meant for you to like we go through our shit as individuals. Like, if I didn't take the course, like, it probably would have been some type of murder. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass, but like understanding like people are healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are going through their own internal shit. Like back then, because the Leo in me, like, motherfucker, you know who I am? Like, bow down to me type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, kiss my feet. But going through that, understanding like, yeah, it's about me healing my trauma, but understanding that there's other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, so being confined with somebody damn near every day, like, we live together, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I realized, me personally, like, I can't be in the same space with a lot of people for too long. Like, if we're not clicking, and like my relationship at the time, like, it was a battle, but it wasn't because I understood, like, even me at the time going through some shit internally, it's like understanding, like, no, like, we can't have a first 48 over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are dealing with their shit, and it's easy to like latch on with somebody else's shit. And like, me knowing where I was at, it's like, no, I take accountability. This your shit or whatever. Like, yeah, we doing our thing or whatever, but at the same time, like, I refuse for you to try to get me caught up in your shit when I know you're healing and going through the motions for yourself. So living with somebody is one thing, but when you're like forced to be in that situation with quarantining, so to speak, like it's a different, a lot of people was like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's driving me crazy, dealing with all these different personalities. Me, it's like understanding like, yo, it's not just about you, but at the same time, like, you don't have to get so personal, and people are dealing with their shit is the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Or not. They're not dealing with this
exactly.
shit. So then, you know, there's, because we're doing the balance thing.
Sure.
So people are who they are and what they are. And then you figured out who you are, or you're figuring out who you are. And
Definitely.
then when it's in the context of someone else doing it, and not to say, I'm not trying to say that you have to figure out the same way I did, because we didn't come into this the same way, you know,
exactly.
but when it's a lot of it's frustration, when it's a lack of wanting to do anything to heal, but you want me to continue to be the same individual that made you comfortable. So it's just like, well, you're making me uncomfortable because you're doing the same shit. Like, I don't want to see, like, you know, like I said, I am married, I have children, and I said, I never want to do that. Look, take it from me. Never say never, or I don't, or I don't want, because everything I say I don't want, I end up fucking doing. And it's just like uh everything, you know, little tidbit, because the next question is going to lead up to this. But well, I'm gonna ask the question first. How has love changed for you?
Everything is still so fresh. So like, I literally within the past few months, like, understood like it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't love myself, which this is all about me, like accountability, like, yo, you gotta love yourself, because when you don't love yourself, motherfuckers don't do nothing. You allow motherfuckers to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with me, it's like, oh, not I'm better than you, but it's like I value myself too much. Like, I've cut off plenty of people, friends, loved ones, family members, and not like, oh, fuck you, you know, but just like, you know what, like, I can't give, no, you ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't feel bad as compared to why I keep getting back in trauma bonds, is because I feel some type of way, like, well, you know, she got the kids or what have you, or, you know, he struck. No, none of that. Like, I gotta love myself. So I feel like just going back and forth over the years, it's like, no, like, I need to get back to like that power within myself and having love for myself, and not settling for less outside of myself from anybody. I don't care who you are or any situation. Like, how is this like fitting my hole, so to speak? Like, I bullshit. I no. And I used to tolerate a lot of bullshit. Like, I was that rug outside the door, like, just step on me. No, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I be battling, but I'm just like, no, like, I don't care who you is and what you got going on. That's your life. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta deal with. Like, who am I? You know?
Right. So do you feel like it's easier to find peace in situations, or peace in your life now?
Definitely. And like I said, like, I just recently came into it. Like, I've been releasing a lot of things and a lot of people, and it's like the old me would be like, well, just no, I'm not doing none of that. It's like, it's okay to release and not have no hard feelings. Like, and even if you do, it's like, maybe you should evaluate them hard feelings. Like, it's like, this just no longer for me. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've helped me grow in the process, actually. Like, that's the key thing for me. Like, not, oh, motherfuckers doing this and that. It's like, no, like, what can I take from it? What can I understand from myself? At the end of the day, myself, like, you needed this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where I ask this question all the time. Like, what is love for you? And, you know, when everybody, when those people that do respond to something outside of themselves, and I just be like, how does that work for you? And I'm not pointing fingers or telling you that you're wrong, because there is no wrong or right, because just like and unlike are the exact same thing, it's a matter of perception, right? Okay, so
Definitely.
how is it working out for you? Because I did the way that everybody else looked at things. I
Uh-huh.
didn't before I got sick, and I said, well, maybe I need to do this thing like everybody else does.
Uh-huh.
Miserable as the fuck. I was like, I don't like this shit. And then I found myself popping off and being angry. And
Uh-huh.
then, and then that other person she was bubbling over, and she was like, ooh, I wish a motherfucker would, because now we can start to act a fucking fool. Now they gotta see who you really are. And I'm like, but then, and I'm tasting it, you know what I'm saying? Like they say with Sekhmet, when they brought her down and they was like, yo, just eradicate these motherfuckers because they acting up. And she liked to taste the blood so much that she kept doing it. It was like, no, bitch, your job is over. You'll kill everybody. And then, that's how I felt. I'm like, ooh, he got one more time. Oh my goodness, he got one more time. I know I can bury him in the back. I know I can. I know I can. Like, and she was bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. He got one more fucking time. You push me one more time. And now it's like, I don't give two, not even one fuck. It's like, my fucks are like negative. It's like, all right, you do what you want. You got that power, but you can't come over here and take mine, because it was
Exactly.
more so just the energy of it. Because I tell people I'm an energy person, and it's
Uh-huh.
not like, oh, I'm just gonna hold my hands out. No, because if I hold my hands out, energy comes in and leaves this way. And no, so what I'm gonna do is just we're gonna redirect. Like, yo, let this
Uh-huh.
let this shit go by. And that is a process. Restraint is a
Uh-huh.
you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, kudos to you for just not wanting to be the rug or wanting to, knock a motherfucker out.
And
Because it's, it's balance. I don't
no, seriously.
have to knock a motherfucker out. Kind of do it in a way that you don't have to physically touch them. Be like, you could beat a motherfucker up with not ever touching them, and they
Yeah,
leave.
literally.
I don't know why, but my body hurt. Oh, that's it now. Why you feel like that? I got this.
No, literally. You can do a lot of shit in your head. I swear, a lot of shit you can get done without. We ain't talking about the magic. Like literally, like you can do a lot of shit in your head. Like people don't understand that. Like not to like you can really do a lot of shit in your head, and like everything you just hit on. It kind of goes back to like, why are we trying to prove ourselves to others? But really, it's not even others. It's like ourselves. Like I'm gonna let this motherfucker know it. It's like, why are you proving that to yourself? Like just deal with it a different way where you know what I'm saying? Like,
Or, well, I mean, you can prove stuff to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want to go back. It's all magic.
right,
It's not
exactly.
hocus pocus, as it's been put in your face of what
Right.
magic is. And people are like, I don't do dark magic. And some people are like, oh, dark side, dark side. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
There's some shit I would probably never tell anybody because I can't. Because
Right.
I'll be in there for one intention, and then the motherfucker come in and be like, yo, bitch, well, how we rocking today? Oh, you know what? I was
Mhm.
thinking about that. You right. And
No,
because we
seriously.
have so many, those 72 co-conspirators ain't got nothing to do with, I mean, yeah, you could work with that, those
Mhm.
demons that they portray. I personally like create my own.
Uh-huh.
And, and you got to know how to get them together too.
Uh-huh.
And it's all a process of this whole thing called life.
Mhm.
But you let the layer of that, the traumas that come with that, like what makes you want to bust a person in the head when they do some stupid shit?
Right.
Because everybody is stupid at one point in their life.
Mhm.
Or some people call it nice. Nice means stupid. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of nice motherfuckers walking around here. And
Oh,
you
you
have to and see how the word actually, you have a connotation of it being pleasant. You know, and when you come into yourself, you start to realize, and then you have to place all these things that you've learned, and so that you are okay within you.
Mhm.
That's what I want to convey with this course, And it is the first step.
Definitely.
And so now I'm able and I'm ready to give steps 2, 3, 4, more. Because I know you took it a little while ago and I had my baby, I had another baby, well, two. You know what I'm saying? They want to come hit me with the ooh wee all at the same time. I was like, I ain't having no more kids. Oh no, bitch, no, you're gonna have more.
Yeah,
And you're gonna be
exactly.
and you're gonna have twins. And it's just like, all right, okay. I don't even know, like, okay, we won't even go into that. That's a whole nother hour. But that was traumatic as fuck. So just knowing that there, people, you have a place to go or somewhere that someone who has put something together, as part
Definitely.
of you coming into you. And you can backpedal. That is the word of the day, backpedal. And it doesn't mean anything bad. Your
Right.
pedal is movement, it's energy
Um,
and motion. We're just going the opposite direction of what you think you need to go. But sometimes backpedaling will let you know that you missed that left turn.
no. Like, hold on, wait.
That was my turn over there. You know what I'm saying? You went straight into some bullshit. So
What
sometimes you
exactly?
have to backpedal, be like, oh, now I'm back right. So I want to thank you, Miss Odessa. Gertrude.
That's good, honey.
So if I could think of the Spanish words the names that I think are just totally old lady, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
You in Texas, right? Guadalupe.
That's my new name down here in Texas while I'm here. Miss Guadalupe.
Hey,
Where you from?
Guadalupe. Do that, mija. So thank you so very much for this. And thank
Thank
you for
you.
letting me meet you for real for the first time, because you did not reach out to me, but you did a good job. You don't have to reach out to me. Some people need more, hands-on than others. And
Definitely.
you are someone who was, able to get it popping,
Definitely.
backpedaling and all. And, because that's not a bad thing. I just,
Right.
hopefully through us talking, you understand that is nothing is bad. What is good and bad? Somebody's perception of it
Exactly.
and how
Literally.
you internalize it. But everything's a lesson. That's what we're here for, right? We learning.
Definitely.
And some folks need to stop thinking that just because you went and opened a book and read it, that you've learned it. Well, because we all went to public school. We all went to school and we learned the format of this book. And
Woo.
it is supposed to be like, all unicorns and, ice cream. And
Exactly.
then when it gets to application, it's like, no. Uh, they didn't teach that part. People complaining. They didn't teach that in school because that was what the fuck you needed.
Exactly.
you know? Yeah. And a lot of times you'll learn something in this wonderful thing and then you'll forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've done some shit and be like, yo, I did that shit. It was fire as hell. I forgot. I don't know how,
Just
because I
like
do a
that.
lot of
Like, hold on,
healing
wait.
stuff. And in the moment, I'll put some shit together, boom, 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 boom. Okay, there. And then clear it up or whatever you need, and you good. And then I have to do it again. And I'm like, I don't even remember how the fuck I did it. Because
Uh-huh.
it don't be me. I don't mind leaving my body. I do it a lot. And I need
Uh-huh.
to find places and ways to actually bring myself back so I remember it. I'm working on that. That's the phase I'm working in. Is how do I
Uh-huh.
remember this shit? Yeah. So I'm a work in progress.
That we all are, for sure.
So hey. But I'm proud of you, Pearl Odessa,
Thank
Monae, the Jeanette. What other name do we have?
you, Yara. You name
Oh, the
it.
first one, yeah. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah. That one. I don't care. You Guadalupe. You got a
Yay.
nickname, Guadalupe. Hey. Anyway, let me go ahead. I thank you, love, and we'll be in touch. Definitely. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, it's very good to talk to you and notice your progress and how you working it out.
Likewise, and I have a few words myself.
Oh yeah, I won't stop you. Go ahead.
I'm sensitive. No.
Oh, I'm sensitive about my shit all day long.
No, but on some real shit, I'm not gonna cry because I have on makeup, but I thank you I thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Like, even over the years, like, you've been very supportive. Like, just like the little shit, like, it means a lot to me. Like, I know, like, I go in my little shell sometimes too. And like, that's like a thing with the world in general. Like, I need to work on doing a little better and knowing when it's healthy for me and it's not. Like, I'm just running from some shit, you know, but I just appreciate like what you're doing. Like, I look forward to like even future things to come, like in general. Like, you're highly appreciated. Like, that 21 day trauma release class really like helped change my life, and I didn't realize it until obviously a little later on down the line how it like it was needed, you know what I'm saying? Because I still be stuck in so many places where, or little old me, like, this happened to me. Like, no, like, I'm just grateful. Like, I'm speechless right now because like sometimes we don't know the effect we have on others. And like, even over the years, like with little shit, like even like little emails, not even pertaining to 21 day release, like little stuff you've sent me, like, I'm just like, wow, like she doing her thing and like I'm thought of. And it's not just about me being thought of, but like you doing your thing. And I just
See, now the cancer thoughts are coming, and then my eyes are doing the sweating thing, girl.
was sweating the
So
onions.
shit. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get myself together. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go cry too, this makeup off.
Oh my hell, you really did it. Thank you, boo.
No, seriously. I love and appreciate, like, come on now, like, we can't, hold on, wait, like, I, like, literally, like.
I'm cutting the video now. No, I'm kidding. Oh, shit. Okay. No, the part that you said, even though you don't have to think about me, you do. That is a part of my healing.
Definitely.
I say, hey, give it to somebody else, you know. Because you'd be like, don't nobody give a fuck about me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, you got the real stuff. I'm supposed to be just jovial. All the way at the end. Okay, yes, but thank you.
For sure.
I appreciate it. And I got more to come. And well, you know, and I'm gonna check up and be, you know, all out the box and shit and backpedal. Because that's the word for the day. I'm gonna write it down.
Backpedal, people.
The word of the day is backpedal. I wrote it down too. I'm serious. I'm gonna put that on. That's what made my post for the day. The word of the day is backpedal. Yes. All right, ma'am. Now you made me cry. And I got.
No, I just think one more thing. I ain't gonna make you cry though.
Thank goodness. No, go ahead.
No, but like for anybody who's watching this, like from my personal experience, like without even knowing it, like facing my trauma and all that good stuff, it was scary, but it was worth it. So if you're in any doubt, like this woman right here, this being, this goddess, like you can put trust in her. Like obviously I'm not y'all to say y'all can put trust in her, but like seriously, it'll be worth your while. And she got some greater things in store.
We're working it. We're working it.
But like seriously, like it really helped change my life for like the better of myself, you know. So I'm not just saying that this ain't paid promo, as they like to say. Like this some real shit. Like I don't just speak. I'm bubbly, but I don't just speak without
intention. And yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Purpose.
So it's like exactly with purpose. So like just hey, face yourself. Like it's scary. It ain't gonna be just beautiful, but it's worth it. Like the beauty comes in the end of it. Like, or even in the process. Like that's my little spiel.
I appreciate you in everything, because there's beauty in everything. You just gotta understand. Pull back them layers, because even Shrek was beautiful at some point. They said ogres had layers, and we just like onions. We have layers. So, plenty of layers, and then you get to that little kernel in the middle, you'd be like, wow, yeah. So it's all good. I say keep working on your kernel, you know, because you know onions can be regrown. Look, I can go into so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they regenerate.
Right.
Put that base part in there and grow it, because I do grow things. Yes, I grow grains, I grow plants, I grow because I
I'm
grew
coming to your house in a few weeks. No.
a lot of shit. I am an alchemist. That's what you know. I
Definitely.
actually turned the shit into gold, and for real. So
Uh-huh.
thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I'm not
Thank you.
crying anymore today, this week. Okay, cool.
That's
You
it. No
done it.
backpedaling on them
No
thoughts.
more backpedaling. You got that right. I got it right here on the notepad. Mhm. I appreciate you. This was great, and I hope that others it's helped those that are interested to just go ahead and knock it out.
Just go for it. Just shit. You like you said earlier. I like not to cut you off. My bad. But like you being here, it ain't no coincidence. Like
Mhm.
your steps for your life, like you the creator. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna go that deep, but you are the creator. So it's just kind of like think about it. Like just go for it. Like it'll be worth your while. Like and it'll help open up a lot you didn't realize was like closing you off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So them blockages, as they would like to call them. So
I stay away from all those words that are popular because they
yeah,
like
me
are so
too.
watered down now.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense, and people can understand them. It is a blockage, or but it's scary. The shit is scary.
Very.
I would assume that it's scary. See, I put myself in scary situations just to see, well, how scary is that shit? And the only time I've gotten scared, and then we're gonna get off this thing, is and I called my girlfriend when it happened. When I decided, and people can become very, very sensitive on this if they want to, but I was a person who didn't want to have any vices, because when I grew up, that was a major thing. My dad had his vice, my mom had her vices, and whatever. And I was like, I ain't really into that. So I don't get addicted or attached to anything, which
Right.
was a reason why I kind of let people like go away,
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like when you hold something tight, you're gonna lose grip. Well, at this point in my life, I said, you know what? I am going to, and I did say it just like this. I am going to take up a drug habit. Hot damn it, I'm going to take up one. And I know people are like, what the fuck? How are you just going to take up? I said, look, I want to escape in the way that y'all motherfuckers do, because y'all be stupid. And I want to be stupid. So I took on, I like edibles.
Uh-huh.
I come from that. My dad was all into that. I
Uh-huh.
don't like smoking. I don't like the labor intensive. I don't want to burn my nails. I don't want to break the block. I don't want to do that.
I want it now.
Put it in a pipe. No, because then I have to clean said pipe. And if I get one of the pieces, I don't want that. See, I'm just so meticulous. I can't have a vice because I am somewhat of a perfectionist, and I need my shit to flow.
Uh-huh.
See, I know all my pieces. So found me some edibles.
Yum.
She got me fucked up the first time. And then when I'm on, what I'm saying? I'm in the video with Michael Jackson rocking with him. And I was like, wait a minute, this is fucking awesome. We rock with you. And then I'm like, yo, I'm actually talking to Michael Jackson. My kids are sitting there like, you were so high. This is the first time I was taking up the drug habit. Was making them, she was getting it to me, and me being the fat ass that I am, I'm just not gonna eat one brownie. Let's have a brownie and a Rice Krispie treat.
That part.
My children are flying around the room, and I'm like, why are y'all, and I'm answering questions I hadn't even asked yet. And you didn't ask the question, but you answered it. And now I'm like, because in the realm that I'm in, we had to talk about it. I'm talking to my infant kids, and I'm like, oh, that's what the fuck going on. Well, shit, he didn't just told me what it is, and I'm like, I'm not sitting here just relaxing in it, right? So I don't even know how to get high, right? Because because my mind goes into, well, now I need to go to the quantum realm and find out how long I've been hell. And why can't I just be stupid and high? Why can't I? Then, I had to get into the realm of, okay, remember that you have a drug habit. Remember? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that. It takes a lot for me to even just release like that. So I be trying. But
Definitely.
that's why I didn't do a lot of things, because I didn't want to become addicted.
Mhm.
That was just a little glimpse into me trying to become addicted to something. And I
Oh.
I got, and then, well, believe me, they send me emails and I'd be like, ooh, what's the milligram on that? Oh shit. And then I'll forget that I ordered it. Then it'll come and like, ooh, let me go try that. And then I'll take it, go cook dinner. And then I'll be like, yo, I gotta shut this shit down because
Yo.
down. How
Good
much did you take?
time.
I took a small piece, and my tolerance is nil because I don't do it often enough. Yeah, so no, I'm not high right now. But I am the kind of person that if I start getting into something, I will get that, okay, you're leaving your body. I'm like, fuck, can I get to finish first and then go lay down and enjoy it? So anyway, I don't even know why I started talking about that, but yeah, at least you remember.
Look at me like, hold on.
Spin is like, bam, tell them this because you've been holding it for all these years, and bam, now tell them right now, and you don't even know why. I'm just gonna look like a straight ass. I don't even care. But Miss Pearl, maybe if I say your right name, we'll get off of here. Pearl.
Yes.
Toodaloo, love. And I need to figure out if I want another donut because I done looked at the shirt. I'm like, fried dough sounds good. I don't feel like going and making no beignets, but damn, I could go get me a damn donut. Does Dunkin' deliver? Like to go out there, grab my phone, be like, yo, Dunkin' delivers, right? All right, let me get off of here. Thank you, love. We'll be in touch definitely. And I appreciate you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. No problem. You'll see me again. I know. All right. Toodles.
All right. See ya.